everybody. Brian here from quantlabs.net. There you are. Hopefully you can see me okay. We are going to look at the markets today, being November 23rd, 1:30 p.m. Trying this second stream now on good old Linux Mint Linux using OBS. So wish me luck on the success here. Alright, so just gonna transition. There we go. Okay, so let me just show you what's happening in the markets right now. Okay, so here's what's happening in the markets. Markets are up, not a lot, compared to Bitcoin, of course. So we have S&P up 1/3, Dow up close to 3/4, Nasdaq 0.19, Russell 1.75. That's due to the smaller stocks out there. Crude oil is doing well, 1.18, something to do with the vaccine. Gold is where it should be, down 1.87. We've also got 10-year bond up out of concern. We'll show that, 3.13. And also you can see here how basically the Forex is doing okay without leverage, of course. Up 0.17%, up 0.5% for the USD Japan. And we have Bitcoin down 0.8. I'm not sure how they measure this, so for how long. CMC just barely up 0.12. That's for the crypto 200. And from yesterday, FTSE down nearly 1/3% and Nikkei down 0.42. So let's get to motive weights. So this is my usual market analysis that I use. So let us proceed. So number one, I saw Australia and New Zealand both. They said Australia is ready to break out. New Zealand was definitely up quite a bit, and when you combine the two, you get two longs here, quite strong. You can see here for the longs, British pound longing because of positive Brexit news. We also have here, ones that we've been watching here is the US Canadian, as well as probably again an oil trade. This one's doing quite well as well, is the USD Swiss franc as a long. And we also have here 2 USD in Swedish krone, looking pretty good there. Another safe haven as the markets aren't so strong. So this is where it gets kind of wonky. I've seen this before where gold in Swiss franc, you may ask why. I think that's just due to gold. Switzerland has the highest storage of private gold in the world, so that's why you see it pretty strong with Swiss franc. Here, there's been some positive news with the euro as well. So euro's starting to get some positive news. Don't ask me how long that'll last. And same with the British pound as well, again with the Brexit. So both these are receiving some benefits there. Next we get into Asia. And remember, these are excellent scores. Okay, let me just see what's going on here. Okay, so this one is gold in Singapore. There's a long there. So gold is starting to turn around. We're starting to see, no, it's a short again for silver Canadian, silver Europe, silver British pound, and so on. You're starting to see more shorts come in for silver. So silver is not the place to be right now. Australia, New Zealand, another long, so that's 3 of those. So that's probably our best long right there out of the pairs. One more, that's 4. Quite good. Now this one's interesting. Will the Canadian dollar start to be looked upon as a safe haven as well? And of course we know about standard Swiss franc. So now we get into some other kind of commodities as well. UK gilt is leading the way there on the treasuries. Here they come for the treasuries 30-year. We got a short now on the S&P 500. So that's a big short there. Also, we have some more longs in Treasury, 2-year, 5-year, 10-year. That's expected. So basically, you're seeing a lot of safe haven trades come around, and what can you say? Again, you have oil. Look at these. That's a nice big bar there for U.S. Canada. Again, that is a safe haven trade. I'm sorry, that's an oil trade right there, because as I said, oil is up, as I showed earlier here on Yahoo. So oil is up, 1.18%. So there's that. Again, we have another long call here for USD CHF, and then 2 more longs for the Swedish from USD. One thing I want you to take away is always remember that you're not seeing a lot of USD longs in USD at all. It's because of the transition happening, the debt, the vaccine, the virus is not good news for the US. That's why everything's in outside of US dollar. And here you're going to start to see some alternatives. People are looking for alternative ways to find safe havens. Here we have, you can see here we have wheat, agriculture. You start to see, when you start seeing agriculture, you know that you are dealing with a safe haven. Defensives are starting to kick in. Here again, I mentioned this with Asia, generally Hong Kong, Singapore, Japan, yen. Everything's not looking strong at all. Everything in Hong Kong, Singapore is just pointing down. There's a rare one with the British pound. Here, couple of more that I've been watching is British pound and the South African rand. I have no idea why that is. I wouldn't trade it. Just the volatility and the spread cost is just not worth it. Now we move into very good ratings. We have Nasdaq, S&P 500 are down, shorting. The UK 100, same thing. So all the markets are not looking good. Same with France. Not as bad, but I still wouldn't take that trade. USD Canada, again, another long. Here's an interesting one. Look at this. This is a very big safe haven trade. USD and Japanese yen. USD Norway is looking pretty good there. Gold and British pounds. There's a long. So when the good news of England, which is good, it's going to be positive for the British pound. Don't ask me how long that'll last. And here's another one we haven't seen for a while. When things get really bad, is the gold-silver ratio. We got a long there. That's something I would definitely consider down the line. Australia is looking weak. This is again silver in Australia, silver and Canadian, all weak and shorting. Not so bad in Japanese yen. And again, here's your confirmation that Singapore is not looking too good with it having shorts there with the Australian and Singapore dollar down. Again, more shorts coming along. France 40, another big one. Euro 50 down, shorting. And then we get into this one here is an odd one where you have the Euro Czech as well. That's a rare one I don't see a lot. It's a safe haven. This one has done fairly well. Is you can see it already from with Hungary. This one's the best one so far I've seen to trade. That's Euro and Hungarian. Then we have Euro Denmark, again a short there. I guess Denmark is not looking too good. We've already had USD in Norway looking good. Hungary, don't ask me why. Another long on Euros. Swedish is looking good. And look at this. We have a long on Hong Kong dollar and Japanese yen. So maybe, just maybe, the Japanese yen is starting to perform a little bit, but it's not performing as well as in Swiss franc, or dare I say even the Japanese yen, or sorry, Swiss franc. So again, we have here Netherlands down, their market's down. Two shorts here, it looks like, for the Canadian Singapore. New Zealand Singapore down. So Singapore is obviously a weaker currency. UK 100 down, Nasdaq 100 down. This is the one to watch here, is the Chinese yuan. The Chinese yuan may start to strengthen as its currency, the digital currency, starts to come out officially. If they do loosen up the restrictions on the yuan, I wouldn't be surprised. You might start to see this starting to perform. and start to overtake the U.S. dollar as the U.S. dollar starts to weaken, and it has been weakening for the last 8 months long term because of all the things of debt, new president, the social chaos, the virus, the vaccines, all that. Again, we have here USD Japanese yen. It's moving on up. That's pretty good. Again, we have the USD Norway going up. Again, we have a long here. Now, I wouldn't bet too much anything right now to do with the Singapore dollar. Don't ask me why. I'm just seeing more shorts than longs. Sugar. This is a really good one. You can see here since September 13th, it's been trending up. We do have a short here, but I'm keeping my eye on sugar as a really interesting commodity. If I was to show you, let's say the daily, taking you back all the way to March, you can see where sugar has been moving on up. During the crash, came down during the crash, so historically it's not a great defense play. But if I was to show you the USD Swedish, let's see if I can find the USD Swedish. I showed this before right here. This one right here, if I do a daily, here you can see during the crash it did perform really well. So that's when the crash starts and you start to see the numbers pointing down, that's a really good safe haven as well. So to continuing along from sugar, short there in Hong Kong dollar again. Poland's an interesting one. We do have a long, definitely not a very strong long. I can say the same thing also about the rand, with the British pound against the rand. And again, we have a short here. You saw that earlier, Singapore and Hong Kong. So that's a short, and then the other. So hopefully you like this sort of stuff. Let me just show you what we got going on right now. If you are interested in any of this stuff, come on over to quantlabs.net to get your free books, and that will get you all set up into the world of what I do and get you onto the mailing list. Also, if you want to talk to me as well, all you have to do is just sign up at quantlabs.net /questions, answer these questions, and email them over to myself, and we can get talking. We will be raising prices as of December 1st. I have membership to separate with the analytics as well. So just so you know, thanks for watching, and have yourselves a good day.